Typical day today of us putting away our chicken. Today we're going to can the chicken. We're going to keep some whole. We're gonna spatchcock. We're gonna piece them out. Ow, ooh. And we're gonna make broth kits. And we do this all in one day. For the past 8 years, we've been raising our own meat chickens, our broiler chickens, and we move them twice a day, every day, out on fresh grass. We feed them organic feed, no GMO, no soy, no vaccines, and let them eat the bugs, the grass, dig in the dirt, and let them be a chicken. They spend about 3 weeks in the brooder when we first get them, and then for the next 5 weeks, they are outside being moved around in these movable coops. But before we put them in our freezer, today we're gonna show you different ways how we prepare them for that. We butchered these guys 2 days ago. We typically let them rest for 48 hours in the cooler. If you don't have a big fridge like I do, then a refrigerator, you need a big enough refrigerator though, or just on ice in a cooler. One day butcher, 2 days rest in the cooler, and then the third day is where we piece out and put everything away in the freezer.
We are also going to be canning some chicken today. This is my all-American canner. I really like this canner. It's a pretty big, heavy-duty canner, and it can handle a lot of canning.
Bus tubs are your friend when you're putting any kind of meat away. These are from Cabela's. You can never have too many. We have plastic ones, and we also have some stainless steel ones. Cutting board, sharp knives is important. Doesn't really matter what kind of knife as long as it's sharp. Also a clean table, clean workstation.
I feel like the shrink wrap could have done a better job. So this one we have a choice. We can leave it whole or we can cut it up. I think what I want to do is cut up a lot of chickens. I don't want to leave a whole lot whole. So I'm going to put it here, and that's one that we're going to cut up. Okay, let's review the next one. This is a good one. This is a small little one. We don't have too many little ones that we're selling. All the ones that we're selling are like giant fat ones, but we should offer the opportunity for somebody if they wanted to buy a little one, a cute little one.
Yeah.
So I think this one will go for sale. Maybe even this one too, because this one is a cute little one and it's packaged really cutely. So I want to kind of get these out of the way, the ones for sale, and then just be done with it. We can get those in the freezer.
For the whole birds, when we weigh them, we have to dry them off because they are, you know, a little bit condensation on them, they're a little bit of wet. So you dry them off, you weigh them, and then we put the how much they weigh, the date, and maybe even what kind of chicken this is, just so that way we know, and we try to keep track of everything. All right, we got 5 pounds. That's a good one.
20. So that's all for the ones for sale. That's it. The rest of them are going to be for us, and the rest of them we're going to piece out and leave some whole. So this one I don't mind leaving whole for us.
How much does that one weigh?
4 pounds.
I'm just cutting the excess bag off and then the zip tie just at the end here. So then it kind of makes it look smaller and prettier and neatly packaged.
How much is that one, Fairly?
4 pounds.
Piecing out these birds, I'm going to take the package off and piece them out. I want to save all the breast, chop them up, and then put them in the jars. Save the leg quarters. We'll vacuum seal those.
So these birds are for us, and we're using a marker for these ones.
Yeah, these are the ones we decided to leave whole for us. We have a whole bunch of other whole chickens down in our freezer already, so we didn't want to save too many whole chickens. We do like eating whole chicken and cooking with them, but we already have a ton and they take up a lot of space. So when we break down the rest of these birds, it's going to be helpful for space saving.
What's your preferred weight on the bird? Does it matter? You're the cook. You're the cook.
Probably about a 4.5 to 5 pound bird. Like I would say this is a really good sized bird to cook with, so we could see what he weighs. Yeah, so this is like almost 5 pounds. So this is a good sized bird here.
To keep whole.
Yeah, to keep whole.
These are whole ones. These ones are going down in the freezer. We're done with the whole bird. We're done with our scale. And so now we're gonna piece them out.
So I am piecing out the chicken. We've got wings here, a pile of wings. We like leg quarters. We could separate them even further, but we like leg quarters. And then I've got carcasses here. And then the breast I'm giving to Penelope, and she's prepping them to go in the canner. She's just chopping them up into small bite-sized pieces and then putting them into the mason jars.
If you don't grow your own chicken, you can still do this. You can just buy whole chicken from the store and do this same thing.
Or not from the store. You can buy them from your farmer friends who are selling chicken and buy them in bulk, and then you could still do the same thing.
For the canning, does it matter how wide you have, wide mouth or?
No, I prefer wide mouth, but they're all being used right now. Well, that's not true. I still have boxes of wide mouth, but I have these regular size mouths that I need to use up. I prefer these for broth, and then the wide mouth for things like chicken and things that are hard to get out, but it's fine. It doesn't matter.
Lorraine has a how-to video on how to piece out a whole chicken. I'll leave that link in the show notes if you guys want to check that out. So we're putting in some leg quarters. How many per bag you like? 3?
3.
3 because we're 3 families, or 3-person family. Then we have chicken wings. Are we putting these in the bag too?
Yeah. Actually,
Or just have it with the carcass?
let's just put it with the carcass. We're not chicken wing people. I mean, we could put some in a bag and then use that to barter with somebody, but then I have to deal with it. So I don't want to deal with that first.
Yeah. For the carcasses, we're using the big bags. And for us, we'll stick the wings in the carcass because we're going to be using everything for all this for broth. This is basically a broth making kit. So you got the carcass, nothing goes to waste. And how many carcasses? Like 3 per bag?
If 4 fit in there, that would be better.
4?
Oh, look, Mom, my names are green. There, Mom.
Still have about 13 chickens left.
Oh, 13.
13 left. And now we're gonna vacuum seal all these. These are vacuum seal bags. They're not just regular plastic bags. And then, so this one is our broth making kit, meaning there's 4 carcasses in here. This is an Excalibur vacuum sealer. Another thing you could do is pre-marinate all this stuff, like these legs. You could stick some seasoning in there, maybe some onions, some lemon, and it's already pre-seasoned. Then you vacuum seal that, so that way you could just take it out and cook with it. And then we're putting in 3 chicken breasts. These are the ones we didn't cut up to can. How are you doing, Lorraine? You getting tired?
I'm getting tired. I'm pooping out. Usually, like right around this time period when we get like, we have 7 left or 9 left. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. We got it.
In each jar?
Yep. You don't have to sprinkle it, just dump it in. Yep. No, 1 teaspoon. Oh, that's a half a teaspoon? Okay.
And then?
All right, so we've got the chicken in the jars. All we did was add a little bit of sea salt, and we put the lids on, and now the bands, and now they're gonna go, we raw packed the chicken. We didn't add any water. They're gonna start cooking in their own juices. We're gonna add them straight to the canner and then heat everything up and then let them go for about 90 minutes because they're quart jars, and then they'll be done.
So they're cooking.
They will cook inside the jar. Yes, so yeah, it'll be fully cooked. It'll go in raw, but they will come out fully cooked chicken.
And it's awesome. That's the fast food.
That's our fast food.
Yeah. So what's the easiest to can? What's the easiest food to can?
Chicken. Chicken, because it's just,
You just pack it in there.
Yeah, the hard thing about canning chicken is piecing out all the chicken. But you could do that in 2 days if you wanted to. But I mean, literally, you just take chicken breast, or if you do bone-in chicken, you just place it in the jar, put a little salt, put it in the canner. That's really all the work you have to do. The hard work is in piecing out the whole chicken.
The vacuum seal bags come already pre-cut, or they sometimes come on a roll where you can cut to length, whatever, how big you ever want it. But I think we like doing the pre-cut ones. It saves a little bit of time. We have 6, 7 whole chickens left. That's it as far as piecing out. Now we're gonna spatchcock the rest. Now spatchcock is basically taking the spine all the way out. The best scissors, not all scissors are created equal. So these ones are from McMurray Hatchery website. The best scissors. You need strong scissors. You're basically kind of following the spine, and it's tough, so you gotta really manhandle it. And then you go around the tail here, you go along the spine. Raw on the neck. And there's your spine. Now you could save this for broth. You could put this in your bone broth kit with the carcasses, or you could have a bunch of back spines in one bag. And then from here, you could flip it over, give it a little crack, and then now you have a spatchcock chicken. And it's you lay it flat, you put it in the bag, you vacuum seal it. Again, you could also marinate this, you know, seasonings, spices, whatever you need, and it's already marinated, and you stick it in the oven or your smoker or your roaster or your barbecue, whatever you need. Or you could just leave it like this. 6 more left. Home stretch, guys. So we're gonna do the same thing to this one. I start off at the neck, and you really have to manhandle it because it can be kind of tough. Sometimes 2 hands around the tail. Now you could do this with turkeys as well. There we go. Next, turn it over. Oh yeah.
So this is the vacuum sealed spatchcock chicken.
Yeah, it's flat.
It's flat, it lays flat in the freezer.
Does it cook better that way?
Supposedly it cooks
You think so?
faster. Yeah. It just depends on the weight of the bird. I mean, if you're
Yeah.
cooking a whole chicken that's 4 pounds, but you're cooking a 6-pound spatchcock chicken, it's just, you know, it doesn't really matter.
But freezer space, it's safe.
Freezer space, it's great, and then for presentation wise, this is really pretty, and also it's kind of fun to flip this on the grill or the smoker.
It's just a different way of cooking it.
Yeah.
And when you cook all the meat and the chicken and everything, you know, you gotta switch it up.
Yeah.
You gotta try different things. That's what's cool about having all this meat all at once, where, you know, you can try different things. I mean,
I might try to fit 2 in here. So sometimes that's how I cook
Ooh.
them, like 2. You feel like the chiropractor?
yeah. Fitting 2 in there.
I think I'm gonna try to fit 2. See how it goes. Because they're such big bags. But plus, I'll sometimes cook too.
Ow. Ow. And then that's it. We're waiting for the canning to be done. We're cleaning up. That's another aspect of it, is set up and clean up. If you're looking at the time, how long that took us, it took 3.5 hours to put all that chicken away, and we didn't count how many chickens that was, but I would say that was, I don't know, close to 40. You think so?
Yeah, I was gonna say 40.
About 40 chickens, whole chickens, that we did all that to 3.5 hours. The last thing that we're doing today with this chicken is canning it. And so it was been in the canner for about 90 minutes. As you can see, it's still hot. It's still boiling. So from here, we put this in our pantry, and we will eat it throughout the winter and throughout the year before we are going to raise a more batch of chickens next year. When we want a quick meal, we throw this in the pot, warm it up. It's already cooked, and we have a organic, pasture-raised chicken for our family. It's been such a long day today. We're well into the evening. It's like 8:30, and we've been putting away this chicken all day. But no matter if it's beef, pork, chicken, whatever it is, whatever kind of meat it is, it's a long day. And the thing is, we're basically buying in bulk, but we're the ones raising it, and we're putting it all together and in the freezer all at once. And rather than you know, going to the grocery store, like, you know, we used to go to the grocery store once a week and buy, you know, food, but instead we're doing it all in one big shot, and then we just stick it in our freezer, and we're gonna eat that throughout the year. And for all the chickens that we raise this year, it's gonna last us through a whole year until we're ready to do it again next year. But we're not quite done with chickens. We have another 60 out there that we're gonna process here before the end of the year. Plus we have our turkeys and we have pork coming. So yeah, it's not over yet, but yeah, this is one of our typical days of putting away our chicken. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.